Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. Are you already back from church, or you are on your way coming back from church? The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. The message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my story as hidden identity? I am a Zimbabwean woman who is currently living here in South Africa, and I am staying in Cape Town. I had this other brother of mine, so we spoke with our brother through our mom, and then we found out that our brother is no longer in South Africa. Now we are scared because of where our brother is. And we actually had a braai because we thought that our brother had managed to make it to Europe, but we did not even know that our brother had been taken to Ukraine. That is where he is right now, and he has no intentions of ever coming back until the war is over. And this is what he has told us. Our brother has told us that him being a soldier, we are not supposed to worry about him, because the more that we worry about him, then we are going to give him bad luck. So he said that as for now, I want you guys to forget about me, stop thinking about me, and let me focus on the things that I am doing here in Ukraine. So our brother, he went to fight in Ukraine without even informing anyone. He went with his other friend, and my brother, he used to be in the army back home in Zim, but because of the low salary, that was when he ran to South Africa. He came to South Africa with his best friend. That is where they have been, and he was scared to return back to Zim because he deserted, he ran away from the army. So now he is in Europe, and my mom, when she told us that she had managed to get hold of our brother and he was in Europe, we were so excited. But then we asked our mom to ask our brother where exactly he was in Europe. That was when our mom told us that he had told our mom that he was in an area that is called Donbass there in Europe. So we looked for that country, we could not find it, and then we found out that where he is right now, that is a region where a lot of war is happening. We panicked and we spoke with him, and he said that we are not supposed to worry for him because in his company they have Nigerians, they have men from Kenya, and he has other people that are also from Zim, and they are fighting alongside each other. So we are not supposed to panic. He is experienced in what he is doing. This is not the first time for him as a soldier to be in an environment like that. And he told us that he is unable to communicate with us the way that we want to communicate with him, because there are times when they are told to switch off their phone so that they can be on flight mode, and then they won't be located, because when they go online, it seems as if something happens with their GPS that they are using. So there are times when they are told to switch off their mobile phones. So our brother, he never informed us about this decision that he was taking, him going to another country to fight a war there in Europe. We are so scared for him. As for my mother, I have to call my mother each and every morning, each and every afternoon, and in the evening. I call my mom so that I can just tell my mom that everything is going to be okay. She is not supposed to be worried about our brother, but my mom is so worried, sick, and I do not know how else to comfort my mom. And I am also feeling sick because of some of the things that I think about when I hear that people are dying in Ukraine. Right now, me and my husband, we went to the doctors. When we went to the doctor, I was told that right now I am at a high risk. I can be someone that can have a stroke because I am experiencing too much high blood pressure and I am stressing myself a lot. So the doctor said to me, if you keep on thinking about what you are thinking, what is going to happen to you is that you are going to have a stroke, because when I am walking, I feel as if there is someone who will be stabbing me with tiny needles underneath my feet. This happens when I am walking, even at work. They know that this is what is happening to me. So I need advice from your listeners. If there is anyone who knows how to handle this process, whom are we supposed to approach so that if our brother is going to be brought back to Zim, he can be brought back in peace? And the other thing that scares us a lot is, what if he returns back to Zim and he is arrested for him going to fight in another nation, and him being a soldier who ran away from the army because he was not discharged from the army, but he actually ran away because he complained about the salary? So I'm scared that maybe my brother, even if he returns back, is going to get arrested. As for my brother, he said that he is hoping that the war is going to end very soon. After the war would have ended, then he is going to get maybe a citizenship in Russia. Then he will be able to take some of our brothers to Russia, and then they can start a new life, and we can also go to Europe so that we can work there in Europe. So this dream of his that he is having, I don't know if it is possible. If there are people that know much about this war, do you think that it is going to come to an end very soon, or it is something that is not going to come to an end very soon? I will appreciate it, brother, if you will be able to read my confession. And also one more thing, what I want to know is that if we go and we report our brother, is it not going to be a political issue? Please tell me. I'll be following through in the comment section. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. If you know anyone who has gone to Europe to fight in Europe, you can also bring your confessions so that we can read them here. Or maybe you are stuck there in Europe. If you are able to reach out to us at Brother Nashi, please do so. Try to send us a message even on Facebook. Then there is another message that I received from another sister of ours. The message, it reads like this: hello Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my story? And my story, it goes on like this. I came to South Africa. I came here with my husband, and when we came here, me and my husband, we did not have any problems at all. My husband, he was working as a plumber. He was working for this other white man. My husband then told himself that if he can start his own construction company, he was going to get a lot of customers because he was the one who had the most experience in the company, and he complained that he was being used by that white guy. But after my husband had stopped working for the white man, and when he created his own company, that was when we started to fight a lot, me and my husband, because he was unable to provide for me, and I expected a lot from him. I was not born to suffer. I then decided to break up with my husband because I was already cheating on him. I then spoke with my Indian boss, and I lied to my boss that my husband was very abusive. My boss then said that he did not want to see my husband close to his house anymore because now I was working as a stay-in maid, and I was happy about that because my husband did not have any access to me anymore. I continued dating the men that I was dating. As for my husband, we just went on a separation, and I did not want to be with him anymore. Fast forward, things got a little bit complicated at work because my boss, the one that I was working for at that time, his wife had been pregnant, and when she gave birth, they then decided that another girl that had been working at their shop, who was a South African girl, she was supposed to come and she was supposed to start working as a maid. We were going to be two maids at the same house, but she was going to focus on the newborn baby that our madam boss had given birth to. She would be the nanny, and I was going to focus on this other old lady that they stayed with. So this was my job, and I felt as if they were mistreating me because they even reduced my salary. They said that the work that I was doing now, it was not a lot because we were two maids. I used to have a great room. They took that South African girl and then they put her in that room, and then they built this other very small room where they used to put the garden tools, and I was going to sleep in that small room. So I then started to go on Facebook looking for people that could assist me. There was this other Sangoma who had created a group on Facebook, and if you wanted help, you could go into that group and you could get some remedies. If you wanted a man to love you, you could go into that group. But I did not care about the love of a man. What I wanted was money. What I wanted was good luck. So whilst I was in that group, then the Sangoma said that he was going to give us a remedy to those that wanted to increase their wealth, and I waited for the remedy. When I returned back from work, that was when I saw that he had written in that group, and he was the admin of that group, and he had written all the things that were needed for you to make a lot of money and to increase your wealth. The things that were needed: you were supposed to buy a certain cloth, and you were supposed to buy basmati rice, and this was supposed to be 2 kg of basmati rice, and you were supposed to buy a glass bowl which was clear. And I bought all of those things. After I had bought the things that were needed for the rituals, that was when I waited and I started to perform the rituals. This I did for 21 days. I would wake up each and every night at 9:21 in the night, and I would kneel down whilst I was naked. I would then put an egg in the middle of my legs, and I would take money and I will pour the basmati rice on the floor, put the money on top of the rice, and then I would put more basmati rice on top of the money. I did this for 21 days without stopping. We had been told that we were not supposed to be intimate with men if you were a woman, and if you were a man, you were not supposed to be intimate with a woman. So I did this, and the man that I was dating, I made sure that I stopped seeing him. He was even complaining, saying that I was not into him anymore, but I knew that the rituals that I was performing, they demanded that I was not supposed to be intimate with anyone. Then after the 21 days were done, I waited for my money. Early in the morning, I still remember I was at work. That was when I received a message from my sister who was staying with my daughter in Harare. She then texted me. It was 9:21 in the morning, and then she told me that I was supposed to make sure that I get on the bus so that I can return back home. What had happened was that my daughter, she was already at school. She then collapsed, and they had rushed her to the hospital. I knew that my daughter was already dead. I found money in that glass bowl. I spoke with the Sangoma, and the Sangoma told me to use all of that money to bury my daughter. We went to Zim, and then I told my relatives and my husband's relatives that since my daughter had died in Harare, I did not want her to be buried in Harare, but I wanted her to be buried in the rural areas from where we come from, and I had the money to hire a car from the funeral parlor as well as a bus, and to buy food as well. At my daughter's funeral, it was as if it was a wedding day. Anyone would eat any food that they wanted. Even some villagers, they ended up stealing the food because it was a lot. When my relative said that they wanted to have the police involved so that those that had stolen from the funeral would be arrested, I told them that it did not even matter at all, because what mattered was that I had managed to bury my daughter. So after the burial, I then returned back to South Africa, and I went and I collected my clothes, and I started staying in this other location. I started to make money, and after I had made enough money, that was when I moved out of the location and I started to rent a house and I am staying here in 4 ways where I have been staying. I am not married. I just enjoy my money, but I sacrificed my own daughter. And how it all started, it started with a simple remedy that I took from Facebook, and I never knew that I'll end up being a ritualist. And this is my confession. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. I asked her how much she is paying for the rentals. She was talking of about 58k per month that she spends on her rentals. What kind of a house, what kind of a house can you pay so much money for each and every month? But she says that the house that she is staying, it is very expensive. The rentals, they are very expensive there, and she uses a lot of money, and this money she sees it in that glass bowl. So that is the confession that was sent to me by our dear sister. Then there is another message that was sent to us by one of our dear sister. When we share these confessions, we do not mean to scare anyone, but so that you can also know that these things, they are happening. There is one of our sister who has reached out to us via Facebook. She's saying that she saw a video and she started following us on Facebook on Brother Nashi, and this is her message that she sent to us. Hello, how are you? You are scaring me. Yes, there is this other guy that I am dating. The guy is Zimbabwean, but the mom, she is South African. I'm really scared now. These are the things that have been happening since we have started dating. Me and the guy, we have been dating for the past 5 months. As I'm speaking with you right now, I am returning from his apartment and I have a tummy ache. Whenever I go and I sleep with this guy, I always have a tummy ache and I will have diarrhea for at least 2 days, having severe diarrhea, and then I will go on my periods. This has happened constantly ever since we started dating. I used to think that it was an STI. I forced him to go with me to a private doctor. They did every test of any STI that you can think of, gonorrhea, syphilis, and they said that it was all negative. So I'm scared because this guy that I am dating, he has a wife that is in Zim, and this wife, I think she knows about me because I once received a threat message here on Facebook, and then that person that threatened me just deleted. And when I looked at the account does not have any friends, nothing. It's just like someone just created their account and then they added me as their friend. And after I had confirmed, and then they sent me the message, and the threat was like, if you continue what you are doing, you're going to die, girl. I have your picture. So I spoke with my boyfriend about this issue, and he was like, I don't know anything about that person that you are talking about. And I was like, but why in the message it is written that anyone that sleeps around with him dies? So if you think that you can steal him from me, you're going to die, young girl. It seems as if this person even know my age, because the person was talking about me as a young girl, like they already know how old I am. So when I came across the video of a snake that was vomiting money, like I was even scared, because this is like something that I once also had a dream about. I once saw a snake that was on top of a big building. So this snake that was on top of a big building, it was eating vegetables. And then I said to myself, how is it even possible that a snake can be eating cooked vegetables? That was when I saw the snake started vomiting money, and I woke up. Like right now, I have diarrhea. And I have diarrhea each and every time that I sleep with my boyfriend. If you know anything about this, please also tell me. If there is someone that can tell me what it means that each and every time when you sleep with a man, then you start to have diarrhea. Am I sorted by the wife that is in Zimbabwe? Your dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to us by one of our sister from Facebook. Let us try to talk about this in the comment section. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Do you think that it is normal, this diarrhea that she is talking about, or maybe there is something to it? And here saying that there is snake that she saw in her dream that is really scary. Maybe it is God that is telling her to be worried about this man that she is dating.